What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Monthly Feed. I'm Nelson.
And I'm Javi, and this month we're having a very special story created by one of our very own Cristina Chavez, an advanced student here at our video editing class at TAMIU.
Despite being faced with countless challenges, a young girl is doing what many won't dare to do in their lifetime. Here to tell us more on this heartwarming story is, again, Cristina Chavez.
This is Madelynn Niles, and she has achieved something that many people take years to achieve. She is in the process of publishing her first book.
It's about me and my sister when we were babies.
It started as a school project for a writing competition. When she didn't win, it became the opportunity to tell her and her twin sister's story.
Madelynn and her twin sister Madison were born 3 months premature, and they were in the hospital in the neonatal intensive care unit for 3 months. Madison was almost 100%, but Madelynn had a lot of problems. She was intubated with a breathing tube and on a respirator for 53 days. She was missing a whole bunch of ribs, and the problem was that she couldn't expand her chest to breathe. So after 53 days, the day that they were making the decision if they were going to do a tracheotomy and she would have to wear a respirator and a backpack to help her breathe, she started breathing on her own, and they took the tube out. And she hasn't needed it since, and she was on oxygen for about 2 years. When she got to the age of 3, she was a candidate for what they call the titanium rib program, which was founded in San Antonio. Thank God we're very close, and people from all over the world come to have the surgery. Now what they do is when she's missing ribs this way is they'll put a titanium rib this way between the missing ones, and what that does is it allows her to expand her chest to breathe, and then her body can grow. So she had to have that done. She had to have some surgery on her neck because her spinal cord was exposed, so they had to realign her neck, and unfortunately they had to fuse it in place, so she'll never be able to move her neck, and her neck will never be able to grow. But other than that, now she's awesome. She's doing really good. She's overcome a lot of obstacles. She's had roughly 20 surgeries, and we just had her final surgery about 6 months ago. So she's doing real well.
When in the hospital, she became famous for being strong enough to get up and walk around hours after surgery. Amazing doctors that crossed her path. When asked why she wrote the book, she replied, "To show that children don't need to be afraid of the hospital." Her sister had a few words to say about her success.
I feel awesome about it because it came to us and I never expected her to actually get to publish the book, and it's just awesome that my sister actually had the opportunity to publish the book.
Even with all her upcoming success, she is still a fun-loving girl who shows that no matter what obstacles get in your way, you can always succeed.
Wow, this was definitely a very touching story. You know, it's good to see this within our community, and we wish her the very best.
Absolutely. Switching gears now, this May we'll be having our biannual Shoot to Kill Film Festival, in which we showcase the work from students here in video production at TAMIU.
Artist Rebirth is an experimental narrative that gets the viewers inside the head of an artist and shows how something beautiful can come from something as dark as depression. This film is directed by Clarissa Studio and Jerry Lerma.
I shouldn't be writing this poem.
The documentary Poetry on the Border, directed by Kenny Duncan and Lydia Johnson, explores the birth and growth of the Laredo Border Slam and takes a close look at how slam poetry affects the poets' personal lives. Described as a sci-fi dramedy, Quantum Entanglement is a film directed by Ricky Cast. When Roy is visited by his eccentric son from the future, Roy must face his impending future and responsibility to the people around him.
Evangelic is a drama directed by O.J. Rodriguez and produced by John Escamilla, and it is a film about a man who recently lost his wife. Just as his existence seems to lose its purpose, a special someone steps into his life.
We need to talk to the people who are involved in that child's life.
Directed by Carlos Romo, the documentary Without a Voice takes a close look at the lives of kids with disabilities. The film's main focus is to ask the question, are kids with disabilities at higher risk of being abused? Directed by Karen Hasso and Brian Alex, 10,000-Year-Old Best Friend is a comedy in which the protagonist goes back in time. In her travels, she befriends a girl from the distant past and takes her to the future. The event will take place May 11th at the Student Center at 1:30 p.m.
Well, there you have it, everybody. This concludes this edition of the Monthly Feed.
Make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel.
Have a good one.